Welcome to the final video for part 1 of the language change exam. This is revision for question 1D. So question 1D, and in this question you're focusing on grammatical features as well as punctuation. So if we have a look at the question, you'll see straight away that it tells you exactly what to do, and it's really important to do exactly what it tells you. So analyse features of grammatical structure and punctuation. Grammatical structure and punctuation, not spelling. There are no marks for spelling in answering questions C or D. The spelling can be discussed in questions A and B, but not in C and D. You need to make 3 points and select an appropriate example to support each point. So it's only 6 marks. We're not looking for an essay, even though it looks like you're being asked to do more. You're only being asked to do as much as you are for question 1C. But in this case, you're picking your own examples. So don't pick any of those from question 1C. Pick 3 different ones. We suggest you start by having a look at some punctuation and at least mention one punctuation feature in your answer. So the sort of things you might say for punctuation would be, for example, you could have a quick look through there and you'll see there's quite a lot of capitalisation. Is any of that capitalisation typical of early modern English or therefore different from present day English? Well, you've got a lot of capitalisation of proper nouns, which you would still have in modern English, but you've also got capitalisation of significant features such as parish being emphasised here, meat here, surgeons, again not talking about the spellings but capitalised, and swearers here. So all those are capitalised as they wouldn't be capitalised in modern English. So they're pointing out the importance of those particular words. Other things you might notice, the full stops instead of the TH, so 16th would be modern English, 16 full stop, and 8 full stop. So those are to indicate the ordinal number. Okay. What else could you talk about? You might also talk about the lack of possessive apostrophes. So, for example, here, St. Bartholomew's Hospital, in modern English, you would expect an apostrophe to indicate possession. But we know that in the 1600s, 17th century, apostrophes were not used to indicate possession. Right. So you've got a few punctuation features, 2 marks, don't spend too long on it. As well as that, then you're looking for grammatical features, and there's a range of things that you might be talking about. So if we have a quick look through, perhaps on the second paragraph, you'll see a wonderful wonder being a most strangest and true relation of the resolute life. Most strangest is not something you would say in modern English, is it? It's a double superlative. So you would not need, you'd either say most strange or strangest, wouldn't you? And depending what you're trying to emphasise. So the suffixes, you would not have, well, you would not have a pre-modifying adverb, or you wouldn't have the superlative suffix of strangest. And there's that sort of thing to talk about. So it's got this called a double-marked superlative, which you wouldn't use. You could say lots of other features, such as you might be looking at the complex sentence structure, the fact that there are a lot of subordinate clauses, yeah, frequent long sentences, and parenthetical structures where you've got commas and sometimes other punctuation marks such as a semicolon or a colon to indicate that one part of the sentence, one phrase or clause is dependent upon another, is therefore subordinate. There's a lot of passive tenses that you can talk about here, very distinctively past tense, so and passive. So was pressed, was hanged up, was found is a feature that you see quite a lot in this text. Other features you might discuss are impersonal verbs, perhaps, and you might talk about use of subjunctives or other kinds of subordination in this text. And there's lots of different ways in which phrasing seems to be unusual, and the thing would be to compare it to modern English and see how it differs from modern English. To revise this, I think you need to be looking at the relationships between clauses in a sentence. You need to look at other features such as the early modern English grammar sheet. And if you're not sure about advanced grammar, we've got a video on this channel. So happy revising.